So before we get started, I just wanted to bring up an interesting point that was brought to me actually by my mother. I talked to her on the phone, and she watches the videos, and she said, "Yeah, it's a great video." But one thing that we had noticed, and there was some discussions happening around the family and friends, is that I was dressed in an attire that looked like what Steve Irwin wore in his adventures down under. So I went and I looked back in the footage, and sure enough, there I am in a khaki, untucked button-up shirt and khaki shorts, which actually I'm wearing another pair of khaki shorts. I guess I like khaki shorts. So it was pretty funny. So I looked back in the footage, and I was like, yeah, there I am. Yeah. Well, I'm the chicken whisperer, maybe, or the chicken hunter. Anyway, let's get started, and we'll talk about trimming of goat hoofs. Okay, so today we're going to talk about trimming goat hoofs. Now, I made up this neat little contraption here. I machined out with some wood. I made some cute little hoofs and took some business cards and made some nails. I guess they're nails, hoof nails. Anyway, what we're going to do is there's a few different tools that you can use. A common one I've seen being used is just a pair of side cutters. A pair of side cutters, they will work in a pinch. If you have a good quality pair of scissors, the ones that are used to like cut chicken bones and things like that, heavy duty stuff. And you can even use a pair of tin snips if you have that lying around. The proper tool to use is actually this one here. It resembles the tin snips, and they're fairly sharp. They're a nice cutting tool, good quality. So in these you can pick up, I think you can pick them up for $10-15 at like your supply store, your farm supply store. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is, okay, so now you can see the nails on this are actually like they're straight, and you're not going to get that in a goat. They're going to be walking on this, right? So when they walk on it, as they grow, these things will be folded over. So they'll kind of, let me just, I'm going to use a pair of scissors here just because this is paper. So what's going to happen is you're going to have little bits and pieces missing here. You know, it's going to be, some of them are going to be pushed outward, and you're going to have, so it's all going to be crunched in. Okay, so this is more of what you're going to see. They're going to be walking on, let me just adjust this up a little bit here. They're going to be walking on this, and you're going to get the nails that are over top of the pads. So they're going to go over top. Now what can happen here is you can get, depending on the area you're in or how much rain, if it's a wet area and they're walking in a lot of wetness and getting dirt, moisture, what can happen is they can develop some mold underneath the hoofs. And of course that's going to, it's not going to be pleasant for them. They're going to be uncomfortable. They could develop something in there. Health issues. So the best bet is to keep this clean, to keep it all trimmed up. And what we'll do is I'll show you with the proper tool here. And we'll just adjust this down slightly. Okay, so here's your hoof, and you're going to go and you're going to grab the hoof. You probably need two people to do it, depending on how well your goats are trained. But what you want to do is you want to start off from the back. So this is the back of the hoof here, and of course there's the front. So what you want to do is you want to take your clippers and you want to slide it up. If you can go right in and pop the blade out of the top like that, you know that's you know, it's not going to cut anything, any pad, because the pad is flat underneath. So if we go through there and we just snip it, now you can see it does need a little bit more trimming because I didn't get the whole thing. So you can go back again and you can just keep trimming it down to a point where, you know, you can see the pad, and the nail is It's right there. It's relatively flush. You know, we can clean that up. But again, you go back on the other side and you do the same thing. You can flip it up. You know, if it's bent down, you can flip it up with your cutters here, so that you can get in there and you can trim it. So you can see that's not a perfect job because we're just working through it here. And you just keep doing that on both sides. You go in and you go right up, so it's sticking out the top there. You know you're not going to hit the pad. And you can just kind of keep going at it here. This one's a little awkward because it's paper, so it wants to kind of flip back up. But if you just keep going and you keep trimming, eventually what's going to happen is the nails will be flush. So by going around it, just like this. So there you can see it's relatively flush. You know, you can trim up some of the little stuff depending on how your goat is. All right, so the goats are out in the back. Of course, I walk out. It's currently 3:30, and this is about the time that they're out. So I'll have to probably get them in the evening. But one thing I wanted to kind of mention was this area here. If you can see on the other side of the fence here, it is dense bush. So this is all the stuff that grows up, all the small trees and everything that grow up, and this is the kind of stuff that goats and sheep they excel at clearing. So if we pan over this way, you'll see this is their area. So what we've done is we've opened up. There's an electric fence that runs down across, and I don't know, let's see if I can zoom in there. You can see the fence there. So, and then of course everything on the other side of it is all uncleared yet again. But that grass there it's not level by any means, but it's golf course short. And you'll find the sheep back there grazing regularly. Okay, so I've got Lucy here, and she's not that bad. You know, hers were done a little while ago. You can see the pad here, and here, and then you can see the nail that's kind of gone around. So there's a little bit in the front here. So in this case, we go right along the pad, and we just trim that back, right up to the front. Just nice shallow cuts. And again, on this side, you can see there's a little bit of a nail in the front there. So again, just nice shallow cuts. Now along this edge here, you can see a little bit of roughness. So we can kind of go from this angle here, and a nice shallow cut. Oh, hang on, girl. She's pretty cooperative, but not extremely. Let's just zoom out here a little bit. All right. Which foot were we on? We were on this one. Okay. We'll let her calm down. Okay, here we go. Okay. So then coming around this side here, we're just going to trim up. It's not a great example because there's not a lot of growth here. So, because she is in pretty good shape. So what I'll do is I'll get one of the other goats and show you that. Yeah, so you can see here there's quite a bit of dirt in there. And this here can be cut back. So we'll start off. I'll just do it piece by piece. This can all come out. Like that.
So you can see all the dirt in here. So that can go all the way down. But it's always good to clean up so you can see what you're looking at. So now I can see, you know, I can trim down a little further here. Get right into there. And on this top side here, a little bit more there. Clean up the top a little bit. Get that soft material there. And that's nice and flat now. Now, she probably doesn't like that too much, do you, Snow? Okay, well, you were a good girl. We got an idea, didn't we? Maybe we'll come back out and do the back.
So this just in, 10 Acre Woods YouTube channel, 100 subscribers. Woohoo! You know, 100 subscribers is probably not a lot compared to quite a few other channels, but it's nice to know that the content that I'm providing on YouTube is getting watched and getting subscribed to. So that's kind of a bonus. So I hope you like this video. The goat hoofs probably weren't as in need of getting trimmed as I initially thought. They were pretty good. There were some. I actually took that second footage from earlier on in the year. I was playing around with my GoPro camera and I made some kind of contraption that went on my head, and it didn't work too well. I managed to keep that footage, so I had to kind of sneak that footage in there from earlier on. But everybody's hoofs looked great. So one other thing you might want to try using is when you go out is just a little bristle brush, just to clean off and clean out any dirt that might be in there. Then you'll be able to see what you're doing, and you can give it a nice trim. That's it for today. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and let's see if we can make 1,000. Thank you.